Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
Good morning. Thank you for watching. I'm Dina Huff, the Executive Director for the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth. And this morning I have Miss Ashley Dykes here. She is the Director of Project Renewal. And we are here to talk about Project Renewal. And actually, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So I brought Ashley here this morning as my special guest to talk to us a little bit about what they've had going on this month, to bring the community, bring awareness about domestic violence and give us a little information about what actually takes place. So, Ashley.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. So October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And we have been extremely busy just trying to be out in the community. We've had lots of speaking engagements. We met with the partnership actually on Tuesday and did a presentation to all the nonprofits that are in Walton County. But Project Renewal doesn't just serve Walton County. We serve Rockdale and Newton along with Walton County. And in 2020, we served over 3,500 victims of domestic violence, in those communities and statewide. In Walton County, we served over 800 men, women, and children of domestic violence, whether that be through our 24-hour crisis line or in shelter or through outreach, providing resources. If funds were available, we were able to help with rental assistance and just trying to find safety and solace for victims escaping domestic violence. In the beginning of October, on October 4th, we hosted a golf tournament to drive out domestic violence. And that was hosted by the Monroe Golf and Country Club. And we had a great turnout despite the rain, but we were able to raise funds that are going to help those victims and survivors. We like to call victims survivors because when they come to us, they're surviving a terrible situation. Because Dina works with children, there are over 15 million children victims of domestic violence nationally that experience domestic violence in the household, and it's that's astonishing, those numbers, and it's very cyclical. And we just, we try and break the cycle of domestic violence. 1 in 4 women are victims of domestic violence. That means that somebody that is a victim or that has experienced domestic violence in their lifetime. And it's not necessarily just a physical, domestic violence isn't just physical. It's emotional, it is financial. There's isolation and, it's all about power and control, making the survivor feel as though they cannot make it without their abuser, that, they're going to be somebody that they're going to have to rely on for the rest of their life, when we have someone call our crisis line, we have trained advocates that are on that line, and they speak very calmly and, try and let people know that we are a resource. We are someone that they can come to and escape that situation. We just, we develop a safety plan, because when someone tries to leave, it's the most dangerous time in their life, and in that relationship. When a person leaves, it takes an average of 7 times for a victim to leave their abuser. That means that they're going to go back multiple times, but we're going to be there to support them as many times as it takes, because that is our mission, is to make victims be free from violence. And we know that's the pattern. So we're going to continue to support them through every decision that they make. We try and help them through every situation that they have, whether or not it's outreach. In order to receive our services, you don't have to come into our shelter. That is a big part of what we do, but it's not the only thing that we do. A lot of times there are, they do have a security or a safety plan in place, and they have a safe place that they can go and a support system. So it's just, if they call us and then they need help with something, we're more than happy to help them. We can help them with, groceries or things like that. But the key is that they do have to be a victim of domestic violence. That is what we do. That is our mission. So,
I know that you help the survivor put resources in place to get back on their feet, and I'm sure that you have advocates that work with the children, because they're survivors as well.
Yes.
And they're suffering. So, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. We do have a children's advocate that works closely with the children when they come in. We want to make them feel safe and secure, because they're in a fight or flight situation as well. So we try and make them feel as comfortable as possible. We also, work with one of our partners is Adventure Bags, and they've been so kind to provide us with book bags, but also through our donors, we have lots of things that can make them feel comfortable. Our children's specialist works with the school system to make sure that the children are taken care of and enrolled in school, and if we can, we definitely try and keep them in the same school system that they are currently in, so that there's less interruption in their life. The least that we can interrupt their normal routine, the better, because they're already traumatized. They come to us with so much trauma, and we just want to make them feel loved and cared for, and we have, we provide them with clothing. A lot of times when they come to us, it's in the middle of the night. They don't have anything but what's on their backs. So we make sure that they have everything that they need, whether it be clothing or shoes, underwear, toys, school supplies. We just want them to be successful, as well as the parent. We have a case advocate, our case manager. She works with the parents and ensures that they develop a plan to make sure that they're successful when they get out on their own, because that's our ultimate goal, is to make sure that they can work and be successful on their own with their children if they come to us with children. And once they leave our program, we work with them for a year. We have a transition coordinator that works with them for a year and follows them and makes sure that they have what they need to, set up a home. And if we're able to provide certain things for them, microwaves or household items, sheets, comforters. Sometimes we're able to give them beds and, dining room furniture, things like that, that they don't have to spend their money on, that they can spend on utilities or, things that are necessary. But we want to make them feel like they have a home and not just a house. So, and a place to live, but a safe shelter.
Well, that's wonderful. I know that's a tough job that you all have.
Yeah, it is. And every situation that a survivor comes to us with is unique to them. And we have such a great staff that works with them, and they end up carrying that burden, and they hear those stories and things like that. So we just want to make sure that they're taken care of as well. So
I'm sure it takes a special person
It
to work in all of those positions.
It does. So but it's so wonderful to see someone be a success. When someone comes in, they're scared. They don't know what to expect. Mm-hmm. They don't, their self-esteem is so low.
And they made one of the hardest decisions of their life.
They did.
To leave. So
absolutely, they did. And Project Renewal also, they did. But when they're successful and they leave and they're happy and they have all this self-confidence that they didn't have before,
right.
And that they know that they can do it. I mean, that makes all the difference in the world, to know that they did this.
Over.
They were able to start over, but to know that there's that resource out there of Project Renewal is key, because a lot of people don't know that Project Renewal is out there. But we need to make sure that there is that awareness. That there is that awareness, so that people know that there's that resource. And it's just, it's something that I'm very passionate about, because no person deserves to be treated the way that victims of domestic violence are treated. And they're always gonna, we also have a peer support program that you can meet. We meet currently we meet at Piedmont Walton. In Walton County, but we also have places to meet in Rockdale and Newton as well, so that there is that peer support group, and we have a mediator that works with them, to help them and to get them through these trying times. To know that they're not alone is very important. So we have that. I mean, there's so much that we can do to help someone.
Well, speaking of support,
yes,
I know you all have a huge fundraiser that was actually scheduled before COVID.
Yes,
that is now actually going to take place.
Yes.
And so we're all so excited that this is actually going to happen.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So we have Dancing with the Stars of Project Renewal coming up on February 26th, 2022. And it's where people from our communities have come together and been willing participants to dance, and have volunteered their time to to dance and to just have a good time, to raise money and for our organization. It's Dancing with the Stars of Project Renewal 2022. It was, we'll just say it was Project Renewal 2020, or Dancing with the Stars of Project Renewal 2020, now 2022. So we have some of the same contestants that we're going to be performing, but we also have some new faces, and we're really excited that they're going to join us. We are still looking for some dance instructors, so if you know of anyone, please feel free to reach out to us. You can reach out to us on our Facebook page. We have a Facebook page, and we also, you can reach out to us via email. You can contact me. It's adykes@project-renewal.com. If you're interested, or if you know of anyone that is interested in helping to make sure that our contestants are ready to go. So that is, that is our biggest fundraiser, and because of COVID, we haven't been able to raise as many funds as we normally would. So it's really been, COVID's affected everyone. It's affected us. We we are a 22-bed facility or shelter, and which is confidential. The location is confidential, so that you can feel safe when you're there, knowing that no one's going to be able to locate you. And we've had to really cut down on our capacity to provide social distancing guidelines and things like that, to ensure that our clients and our staff are safe. We were able to obtain some hotel funds, so that even though we might not have had room in the shelter, we were able to make sure that when someone needed us and needed a safe place to go, we were able to provide that shelter for them.
So you all are still selling tickets, or
Yes.
currently selling tickets for
Yes, we are.
Dancing with the Stars Project Renewal 2022?
Yes, we are. We are still selling tickets. You can visit our website, which is projectrenewalgeorgia.com, and that's Georgia is spelled out. And you can also see one of our fantastic board members. They will have tickets, or one of our dancers. They have tickets that they need to sell as well. So we have that. So
Okay.
yes.
Great. Well, lots of stuff going on.
Yes, and October has been extremely busy for us, but it's all worthwhile, just to bring awareness. And just because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, it doesn't mean that the awareness needs to stop after
Absolutely.
October. So thank you so much for having me today.
Yes, thank you for joining me.
Absolutely.
And thank you for everything that you and your staff does there at Project Renewal and your board. I know it takes a good board.
It does.
To make something like this happen. But I can say that because I have a wonderful board as well.
Yes.
For the partnership, and we can't do it alone.
No.
So it takes a really good board. So.
It does, and it also takes support from our community as well. We are accepting donations. Right now, we are accepting new items only to gear up for the Christmas season or the holiday season, to ensure that our families are taken care of and that they have what they need, so that they can have a Merry Christmas and feel loved and supported. So. And you can reach out to us as well to find out information of that. So,
well, thank you, Ashley.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you all for watching. And if you have any questions for me here at the partnership, please feel free to give me a call at 770-207-3175.
I do have one thing I want to
And
add.
Ashley has one more thing.
Our crisis line number, I want to make sure that you guys have knowledge of that, so that you can either refer somebody, or if you yourself are a victim of domestic violence, please feel free to reach out. Our number is 770-860-1666, and that is accessible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's always someone there to assist you. So thank you so much.
Hi, this is Jody Johnson, and welcome to the Recreation Report. I want to start this off with since it's Halloween and everybody's in a great mood. The weather has been perfect here in Walton County, and I guess you guys have heard about, y'all know Albert Einstein, how he was such a genius. But what you might not know is his brother Frank, he was a monster. Well, that's my Halloween joke for you. And in the recreation world, we've got a lot of things going on. Our fall sports, which again is usually our busiest season, all of those things are wrapping up. We have we started a new football league this year. Actually, it's the second year we've did our drafts the way we did. We basically did it by school areas. And so this year we joined in with Newton County, came in our league to form the WNBA, the Walton Newton Football League, the WNFL. And so this year we're going to have what's called the Commissioner's Bowl. This will be the first annual Commissioner's Bowl, which will happen October 30th. It starts next week with our playoffs, and then October 30th down at Felker Park we'll have our Commissioner's Bowl Championship games. So good luck to all the teams that are going to be participating. We've kept standings throughout the year, and the top 6 or the top 8, according to which league you're in, will be vying for the Commissioner Bowl Championship trophies and the rings. So for the championship for the Commissioner's Bowl, we have a very unique ring that we were able to find through a company, and we've got those in. So we're really happy that the winners of the Commissioner's Bowl, the first annual, next Saturday on October 30th, will receive a championship ring. The football players and the cheerleaders, we're really excited. I think the kids are going to be overly joyed for the ones that win first place or second place. So it looks just like the Lombardi Trophy that the Super Bowl gets, and it's basically a remake of that. And we're really excited to have Newton County, George Walton, and all our teams here in Walton County participating in that. With that being said, our basketball program, we have around 750 kids that have registered, and we'll start practicing the day after we get through with football. It never ends. We'll keep participating, and we're looking forward to our basketball program getting started. With that being said, our new community center down in Social Circle, it's been pushed back a little bit. We've had a little bit of problems getting some of the supplies, and some of the weather has really hindered us, but they tell us somewhere around the end of January we should have a grand opening of that new park there in Social Circle. So we're looking forward to that towards the end of basketball season, maybe at least get one big Saturday down there to be able to participate. So looking forward to that. We have a lot of other activities going on with our inside the facilities now that the weather's great. Everybody's outside walking at Meridian Park, Felker Park. I see the parks are full, which is great, but the weather will change, and you need to have that plan. So go to our website at waltoncountygA.gov and look, see if you possibly want to become a member there with all the Nihilus equipment and the walking equipment. It's a lot of good programs. Something for everyone to stay fit and healthy. As we know, as the time changes, everybody puts on a few pounds. It's a great way to start exercising and get into great habits. So until next time, and again, good luck to the Commissioner Bowl champions. We look forward to crowning that this Saturday, October 30th, and we hope to see you there. Remember, sportsmanship starts at home. Thank you.
Hey Walton County, it's Patrice Broughton, your Public Information Officer here with another county update. We'll start with the agenda summary for last month's board meeting. So we started out with a Pledge of Allegiance and then the call to order. We had all commissioners present at the board meeting, and then they moved on to the adoption of the agenda and then the Planning Commission recommendations. We only had 2 Planning Commission recommendations, and they are as follows. There was an approval with conditions of a conditional use for outside storage and to waive the 8-foot fence requirement. And the applicant was Jeff Henson and Lock and Roll Storage. It was approved with conditions, and the conditions were to waive the 8-foot fence and keep the 6-foot fence that was already in place, and to limit outside storage to operable vehicles, boats, RVs, and trailers. Next on the agenda was the approval of a rezone of 1 acre from A1 to R1 to create a buildable lot with an existing house and a variance to reduce frontage on the remaining 4.62 acres from the required 150 foot to 31.51 to create a buildable lot with an existing house. The applicant and owner was Edward Harry Overcash Jr., and it was approved. The board then approved the acceptance of a right-of-way on Jones Woods Lane and Indian Creek Road. There were several fiscal year 22 budget amendments made by the Finance Department, and they were approved. We also had a resolution from the Northeast Georgia Regional Solid Waste Management to adopt the Northeast Georgia Regional Solid Waste Management Plan, and that was adopted as well. We had a job classification and compensation plan update. It was done by Condry and Associates, and it was approved. The update was approved as well as an amendment to the update. We had a mutual termination of a real estate contract that was approved to terminate. And the water department had a request for a rate increase, and that was approved for water and meter sales. So we had an acceptance of a proposal for a metal building and a modification at Public Works, and it was accepted, and the proposal was from Drummond Construction. We had 2 appointments to the Walton Industrial Building Authority, and those appointed were Attorney Gene Benton and Gary Hobbs. We had 2 proclamations that were approved into the record, and one was for Dysautonomia Awareness Month, as well as one for Red Ribbon Week. There was some discussion for a proposal of professional management for the public safety complex, and the proposal was accepted from CPS. There was also a discussion on professional project management for the remaining SPLOS projects, and no action was taken on that. There was an executive session to discuss some mediation, and no votes were taken, and the meeting was adjourned after the executive session. We have had several projects going in the Public Works Department, and I just wanted to share with everyone some of the accomplishments they've had thus far this year. So they have paved 18 county roads and completed over 23 miles of paving. They also completed 7 LMIG paving projects under the SDS agreements with the cities. So they had 2 projects in the town of Between on New Hope Church Road and St. Martin Estates subdivision. For the city of Monroe, they completed 3 projects, one on Bryant Road, one on Pinecrest Street, and one on Washington Street. For the city of Jersey, they paved Jersey Walnut Grove Road, and for the city of Walnut Grove, they paved Magnolia Springs subdivision. So far, they've had 706 work orders completed, as well as 874 fleet maintenance services. On October 6th, the board had a work session to discuss animal control operations, and during that work session, they discussed tethering. The work session was filmed for anyone that wants to go and take a look at either our board meetings or any work sessions. You can find those on Facebook as well as the county website under agendas, minutes, and summaries. As always, we hope everyone is staying safe, and if you need anything, please give us a call. We're always here to help. The number is 770-267-1301. Again, thank you, Walton County. We thank you for our citizens, and we thank our employees as well. We hope everyone stays safe, and we hope you enjoy Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone.
This is Ryder. He's about a 2-year-old male pit bull. He's really sweet, seems to get along with other dogs, and he's ready to go. But he's looking for a good home.
Avina and Luna. Luna is the Brenda one. They're owner surrender sisters that came in. They are both spayed, sweet girls, very playful and ready for a home.
She's an owner surrender. She's about 3 years old. She is not spayed, and she's a good girl, and she's looking for a good home.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful in the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Keeping busy here at the Recycling Center now. It's actually some of our busier times right now. We are just wrapping up our Rivers Alive event, and I wanted to thank everyone that volunteered for the event. We feel like it's one of our better events, one of our more important events. It's a big deal to put in some effort to try to keep our local waterways litter free and as clean as we can possibly keep them. Again, so I wanted to thank all of those that volunteered again this year. We sure were happy that we were able to get that back going in 2021 after having to take off a year in 2020. Just to report on it a little bit, we ended up with 146 volunteers that cleaned up in about 5 different locations, and we collected 1,020 pounds of trash in those areas. I think we had about 8 tires, and almost all of them were pulled out of some of the local rivers. We didn't quite have the participation that we had in years past, but after taking off the year last year, we kind of figured it may lag a little bit behind in 2021. So we hope that next year we're back on track. We'll see participation pick up a little bit. We'll find some new areas to clean, but what was done was important, and for the 3rd time now, I want to make sure that everybody knows that those of you that came out and volunteered and took time to put in some effort, we appreciate it, and what you're doing is very important. Going forward, we've kind of transitioned into getting prepared for our America Recycles Day. I've mentioned it a few times, but just a reminder about that. It will be Saturday, November 20th. From 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And just as another reminder, the charge will be $3 per gallon on latex paint and $4 per gallon on the oil-based paint. And I said gallon. A better way of putting that is $3 per can. That is how we're charged by the company, is by the can, not necessarily by the exact gallon. So like I said, in order to remove any confusion when you get down here on that day, if you've got, a couple of half-filled gallons of latex paint, you probably want to make sure you take one of those and add it to the other to try to get as much bang for your buck. Try to, fill up the gallon can as much as you can, because you're going to be charged for a gallon, whether it's a half gallon or a full gallon. It will be by the can. So is probably worth the time and effort to save that little bit of money. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to give us a call, 770-267-1421. Some things to think about that I wanted to say about the paint collection. Spray paint, we will be accepting spray paint cans, and those are $1 a piece on the spray paint cans. They will accept those. Again, just give us a call if you have any questions. We'd be happy to answer it, or at least get you in the right direction to get an answer on that. And like I always do, come out and see us. Let us show you what we do, walk you through the center, get you started recycling, and just give you a better idea of what we're doing here. If you're a part of any scout groups or church organizations or any civic organizations for that matter, if you'd like to come out and do a program for your group on recycling or litter education or good stewardship practices or conservation, we'd be happy to do an educational program here, walk your group through the center and show them what we do here and get them kind of acquainted with our recycling program here. Give us a call. We'd be happy to set that up. It's a big part of what we do, and we're more than happy to do that. And for now, that's about all I got. But again, our number here is 770-267-1421. Feel free to give us a call anytime or come on out and see us. We'd be happy to talk to you. Until next time, take care.
Hi, welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. By the time you see this, let's see, we'll be working on getting our Christmas shop set up, and it will open October 30th will be the grand opening of our Christmas shop. We have a lot of new artists in the Christmas shop this year, and people bringing in lots of new things. Most of them will be restocking their little booth area every couple of weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks at least. So if you come in one week, come in again and you'll see some new things the next time you come. They're continually working on producing gift items that you love. Everything in our Christmas shop is definitely below $200, and the majority, vast majority, 90%, 95% or more, is $35 and less. And there'll be lots of items in even the $10 and $15 range, and maybe even lower than that. So it's very affordable, unique. Everything is made by our local artist members, and you'll just love it. Great teacher gift ideas, great hostess ideas, great just presents for anybody on your list. So be sure to visit us October 30th for the grand opening of our Christmas shop. Also on the 30th, we'll be doing a fundraiser to raise money for a new kiln for our pottery studio. That's kind of an ongoing project. Our ultimate goal is to have 4 working kilns down there because we're very, 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 very busy. So come on the 30th to see the shop and also to see the to pick up some barbecue. We'll have barbecue, Brunswick stew, baked beans, the fixings for you to take home. It'll all be in to-go containers made by our fabulous home cooks. We've really got some great cooks on our board. Our instructor, Rebecca, and her pottery students will be fixing these items for you. I believe that's the day of the Georgia-Florida game, so don't miss that. We'll cook for you. And again, that's to raise funds for a new kiln in our pottery studio. So come see us. The show will be amazing. We've got our class list always being updated. In November and December, we're working on a lot of Saturday classes just a whole creative Christmas, handmade Christmas kind of idea that we're working on for November and December. So look for that soon on our website, or come in and pick up our class list. I'm working on it this week and next week. Hopefully we'll have it ready by the middle of next week. So come see us. The show will be amazing. Our classes are going great. See us on the 30th for the shop and for the barbecue fundraiser. We've got information too about our new Tai Chi classes. I believe I've found a spot, hopefully, to have an ongoing beginner class, but we're still working on that. Our members show form is out and ready for you members to be getting ready for the members show in January. And you can pick up that flyer as well. So hope to see you soon. Have a great week.
The front of the courthouse is really decorated well for the fall season here. Somebody did a beautiful job of decorating it.
Hi, my name is Ashley Dykes, and I'm the Executive Director of Project Renewal. We are a domestic violence shelter and intervention program that serves Rockdale, Newton, and Walton counties. If you are a victim of domestic violence, or if you know someone that is a victim of domestic violence, please reach out to us and contact our crisis line at 770-860-1666. Thank you so much, and as always, thank you for your support.
Monroe Country Day School's mission is to inspire every student to have a passion for academic and personal excellence through creative learning, independent thinking, and selfless service to others. Students are exposed to the local community and provided opportunities for independent thinking.
What will you do with all the dirt?
Some of the dirt you see has been hauled over here because they're going to have to build the finished floor, the elevation of the building, so that it's got to have the right kind of soil that will compact and tighten up for the footings of the building.
Monroe Country Day School values the whole child. Therefore, we believe in a holistic and integrated approach that involves the development of the student academically, personally, and socially. Monroe Country Day School believes that creative learning produces independent thinking and fosters a love of learning. Excellence is applied to all that we do. We strive to foster students that are pursuing strong academic and personal excellence. Project-based education is integrated into our curriculum.
When we go back in the classroom, we need the combined weight of you guys, because we've got to figure our bridge, our mass bridge weight ratio, okay? You got to figure out how much weight it was that finally broke your bridge, okay?
We need a scale for that.
And then on Monday, we're going to redesign. We figured out where some of our flaws are. We're going to spend another week redesigning, all right?
Monroe Country Day School offers personalized education that begins with a personal knowledge of each student academically and each student's personal story. We believe that taking personal responsibilities for one's academic and personal choices produces strong, independent, capable, and confident citizens. Students are taught responsibility for self, peers, and community. Through service to one's peers and community, an equipped leader finds personal growth and fulfillment. We facilitate this leadership through providing experiences of service. Respect is the basis for good dialogue, independent thinking, and mutual enjoyment of life lived in community. Monroe Country Day School is designed for families who see the value of educating the whole child. Monroe Country Day School will reach its mission by maintaining small class sizes, offering project-based learning and a high-level curriculum, and by providing service opportunities in an aesthetically pleasing environment. Monroe Country Day School has positioned itself to produce a community of young people who are strong in mind and character and living as contributing members in their community. For more information, please contact Mandy Wellington, Admissions Director, at 770-267-8955.
Starting. This is Paul Mullins. I'm here with Conrad Barnes, and this is the 19th year that we've videoed this. It's actually been going for 22 years, but 2 years due to COVID it was not here.
Yes, we're really going to enjoy it, I think, after 2-year hiatus. Welcome all y'all to Bostwick, Georgia for the Two-Cylinder Club of North Georgia parade in Bostwick, Georgia. We are getting started, as you can tell, with all the sirens and all the preliminaries coming up. Well, we're moving right along now with some military police vehicles. About to get into the real meat of the program. One of the first tractors coming along is one of the modern newer versions, but anyway, it's a farm tractor. Massey Ferguson, no less. Oh, what a beautiful trailer! Look at that cedar wood. Ooh, what a big forestry truck. Looks like a Diamond T. Got a big Caterpillar tractor as a farm. Georgia Forest Commission in the new Ford truck. Nice Cub Scout troop walking here along with in the parade and enjoying the beautiful sunshine on this beautiful October day. 55 Chevy, a classic design that came along after one of the big changes after World War II. And before World War II, of course, is the Model A Ford, white side tires, and on top it's also painted white. 1931 model. You can hardly hear it run. That's a 4-cylinder engine also. Looks like some play toys coming along with, looks like a red wagon. Spinning around and playing and having some fun. Having some problems with one of the tricycle models. It's holding traffic up a little bit right now and getting on it. I guess he's getting ready to move. Yes, he's coming right along. Now you'll notice it. He's having more fun than we are.
Little boy.
And of course, all that is the Shriners Club, and it says it's for the children, and many kids is in the audience today, watching all these older implements and older cars on display.
What about a 50 model?
Some more tractors coming along. It looks like an international here that's pulling a wagon with a lot of people on it enjoying themselves. Nothing like sitting in the bucket and waving to everybody. Just be safe. Mahindra, which is the tractor that's made in India, and it's international predecessor. Kubotas. I think they're made right here in Georgia too. More antique cars. One that's kind of supercharged, a 357 V8 engine in that Chevy. Classic design of the old hot rod. Trying to see what motor, but it could be a Chevy or a Ford. Nothing like a Dodge model to keep everything rolling. Pickup truck with white wall tires and painted up. It probably looked better as good when it was brand new.
That's about a 67 car. Dodge Challenger with 440 engine in it. 68.
Oh, look at this pickup. This one that is really cute, I guess you could say. Painted up. Oh, look at that thing sparkle. Model A Ford. Looks like around 1930. Just look what's coming. It's a two-row John Deere cotton picker. One of the first ones manufactured back in late 50s, early 60s. mounted on a tractor, and the tractor, of course, was running in reverse. I remember one of these we had used it when the training farmers here back in the 50s. One that always brings a lot of comment is the John Deere G, 358 cubic inches on 2 cylinders. John Deere A's, one of the most popular models of the 30s and 40s. Some had three-point hitches, some did not. All had PTOs that pulled implements behind. Most of them had drawbars where you could pull the implement. 4020 classic John Deere, first inline engine, 6 cylinders, 400 and something cubic inches. John Deere 355, a popular and well-known model, made in Japan. Late 30s and mid 30s is the old B model. They call it a butthead. It was an unstyled model. Ford, solid blue. Most of them are blueberries. This is a later model. He took the spikes off the wheels and put on where he could drive it on asphalt. Model D. Goes back to the late 20s. Massey Ferguson, original McPherson. It goes back to the late 40s and 50s. I'd say this tractor's a little modified. Looks like it's a Ford model, but it has a Ford V8 engine in it, big tires, made for pulling, I'm sure. One of the 70 models, 4455, big, rear wheel drive only, it's still a 6-cylinder engine, run about 175 horsepower. Farmall, very popular model back in the 40s and 50s, early 60s. I played around with one of these when I worked for John Deere. I'm a retired John Deere employee that worked with most of the models like the 730. Spent many hours in the field with one of them to plow and pull harrows and plant and do things of that nature. Another Model D. That's the late 20s model. Farmall M has been many an hour in the field demonstrating against one of those models. Model D, the most tractor, largest selling tractor in the John Deere line, and we're talking 50s and 60s, most likely late 30s after it was styled. They were built, some of them were built during World War II. Model G, and it has a wide front end that's adjustable for row crop tractors. Listen to it pop. 960 RPM is all in the world. It's the fastest model you can run. RPM. I remember seeing these models back when I was a young kid. A Ford model, very popular. He was running around the farm, became very popular in the late 40s, right after the war, World War II. Farmall 240. Farmall had their own plowing system. You can see part of it on the back. It was a while before they went to a 3-point hitch. Ronnie Harrison with his D model, he's always seems to be in the parade every year. D model is operated sitting to the side, has a tricycle landing gear, and not landing gear, but tricycle front end, so that you can work gardens and other things like that where you can see it without any problem. John Deere's first standard model R was that big 12-hour tractor, first diesel. This is an 80 model, which is the second model in that particular line. R was the first in 80 and then 820. Brand new, and look at the cap and how much difference they show up now, and to keep them out of the dust and the cold hot weather and the rainy weather. An 8 model, boy, those are real copper models too. That one has a 3-point hitch. Another one was B model, has a tricycle front end, and the back end tires are adjustable so you can get the width of the rows, whatever you're planning or harvesting. Wide front end, that's called a W. Wide front end, B model. Not real popular, but there were some sold, and it's a real collector's item. Look at those double stacks. That means it has no muffler, and 356 cubic inches in those 2 cylinders make it sound real good.